Hello, this is Michael Kies. Have you ever wondered why you just can't seem to knock on the door or pick up the phone? In other words, do you suffer from call reluctance? You know what you should be doing, but you just don't do it. Now, I had this problem when I started in real estate. I hope you never go through the same thing that I went through. I drove around and around and around, and I just couldn't seem to find a door that looked good enough to knock on. And after 4 hours of driving and not even getting out of my car, I ended up back at the office and I felt terrible. And then you think, oh, well, there's tomorrow. But that night I had to go home and face my wife and 3 kids who were virtually starving because I wasn't making any money. So the next day, what I did was I parked my car in the car park at the back of the office and I went and knocked on the first door I could find. And within a couple of days, I found 2 listings and I made some sales and I felt better and I got hooked on prospecting. Now, the salespeople who don't know how to overcome call reluctance will be subject to a life of poverty, and we'll be talking about how many properties they sell per year, not how many they're selling per month. The salespeople who learn how to overcome call reluctance thrive. They get many listings and are proud to be talking about how many sales they're making per month, even per week. Within 10 years, these people will become financially independent, all through having the courage to overcome call reluctance. It's like when I first started coaching Phil. He wasn't prospecting, and his sales were terrible, and he was earning little money. Then when I started coaching him, I got into prospect, and in his first week of prospecting, his first full week of prospecting, he found 3 listings, and he's never looked back. His call reluctance has been replaced with action. And you can do this too by following the things I got Phil to do from the first day I started working with him. And how would 3 listings for you in the next week make you feel? Well, then do what Phil did. First of all, realize that the reason we have so much call reluctance is fear of rejection. And that's what stops us from doing the prospecting. So to overcome fear, we've got to do what we fear most, and that is get out of the car and go and knock on the first door you can find. Second thing is, just remember, all you've got to do is talk to one person at a time. Never get the big picture disease. And the big picture disease is when you start thinking about, I've got to speak to hundreds and hundreds of people. No, you don't. You just need to speak to one person and then the next person and the next person. That's all you've got to do. The third thing is courage. Act boldly and unforeseen forces will come to your aid. To be bold, you need courage. And to be courageous, you've got to act courageously. The fourth thing is never overanalyze things, because overanalyzing things turns into paralysis. Another word for overanalyzing things is procrastination, and procrastination is the enemy of prosperity. Get over procrastination by applying the do it now mentality. Do it now. So by you immediately starting after this podcast, do what you fear most and go and knock on doors and speak to people and find out whether they want to move. Just focus on one person at a time, act boldly, and by doing this, you overcome and kill procrastination. You're like Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, who saw an opportunity and jumped at it. And yeah, it was hard for him in the beginning, but he persisted. And he was dedicated and he worked hard and is now reaping greater rewards than he ever expected. And the same can apply to you by overcoming call reluctance and getting stuck into it now. Go on right now and knock on the first door you find. Let me know when you've found your first listing from doing this. For more free tips on how to make more sales and how to overcome call reluctance, go to www.michaelkies.com.au. I wish you every success in your prospecting and overcoming call reluctance. Until next time, this is Michael Kies.